Hello and welcome to my fly tying channel. My name's Melvin Wood. Today's fly is a fly that I definitely wouldn't be without in my fly box, and that is the fiery brown hedgehog. The hook in the vise is a Kamasan B175 size 10. The thread that I'm going to be using is going to be Semperfli's Classic Wax size 12 naught, and it's brown. And I'm going to be starting the thread about 2mm away from the eye, and then I'm going to come down in relatively touching turns. And I'm coming down to a point midway between the barb of the hook and the point. The wing material that I'm going to be using is deer hair, and this is roe deer, and it's darkest roe. And I've clipped off a bunch of hair, and I'm going to stack it. And all I'm doing is put it in my stacker and just tapping it on my knuckle. And the length of the tail wants to be about the gape of the hook, so we want to be about there. And I'm just nipping it between my finger and thumb tight, and I'm putting 2 loose turns of tying thread on, and then I'm going to pull it tight. I'm just going to put another 3 turns on and see how it sits, and it's sitting well. So I'm lifting these ends, and I'm going to cut them off as tight as I can. I've missed a few, so it'll come off. Get those. I'm going to tie those cut ends now down. Now coming back. I'm going to put some dubbing on now, cover those cut ends. And the dubbing I'm going to be using is this fiery brown, and it's sparkle dubbing from Semperfli. I'm putting some dubbing on here, but I'm not putting a lot on because I haven't got a lot to cover. Straight turn, making sure I'm covering everything up. There we go. Now, grabbing some more deer hair, cutting some more deer hair off. Again, dropping it in my stacker. Again, tapping it. And again, the width, the gape of the hook is the bunch size. So about there. Gripping it again. 2 loose turns. Tighten it up. Then 3 tight turns. Enough to hold it. See how that wing's sitting perfectly. And again, come in, lift, and as tight as you can, nip it off. A bit more. We'll tie these cut ends now down. A little bit more dubbing on. And what we need to do now is make sure we come underneath and make sure that dubbing's covered all those cut ends in entirety underneath, which they have. Now you carry on putting the wings on until you get right down to the eye of the hook. So it's a pretty mundane process. Now this should be the last bunch to go in. Just getting rid of these fibres with the broken tips. Again, gripping those fibres tight. A couple of very soft turns and then pull it tight. And then on top. Just see how it's sitting. It's okay. I'll lift those ends up again. And come in. Nip them off. And tie these cut ends down. Neaten everything up. Flatten the wing a tad. There we go. And the last thing, put a bit more dubbing on this time. Not putting it on as tight. And put a little bit more on. Draw it all back. Wind a small head on. And then whip finish. We'll brush this head out. And brush the dubbing, or the dub body, up into the wing. Happy with that? Then just a little drop of super glue. Make sure the eye is clean. Fiery brown hedgehog. Well, there's quite a number of ways you can fish these flies. I generally fish it on an intermediate line, a team of 3, on the top dropper, and it's great for brown trout, and it's good for rainbow trout as well. There's also another method where you can put it on a midge tip. You can pull 3 on a midge tip, as they do up in Orkney, and just give it a couple of pulls, sink the flies and allow them to float to the surface again. So you're pulling them under and they're hatching again, pulling them under and they're hatching again, and you can have a lot of fun doing that. But generally, intermediate line, floating line, top dropper on a team of 3 for rainbow trouts and brown trout, can't go wrong.